Hi, it's Accidents Happen, and we are in the bedroom technically. So accidents happen in the bedroom. I still want to call it a media room because we do have mics in here. The mics are hot and they're spicy, and we want to. That's a media related object, so I'm gonna keep it media room, media bedroom. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. So and with Grant Chica again. I didn't mean to dox you. I'm sorry, Grant.
Yeah, wow. Cut that out.
I'll beep Grant beep.
There you go.
Yeah. But we the last episode we had a man that came in who was confused about what year it was, and Grant was refusing to explain anything that or help me at all.
It was out of my hands. It was. I think you handled that very well.
Oh, okay. Well, and the ending of that was very. It was pretty grim, I'll be honest. But we do have somebody else here today, Patrick, who is joining us.
What's up?
Yeah, Patrick, tell us about your day.
My day? Well, I woke up after going to bed around midnight with the plan to go buy a car today.
What kind of car?
It was a 2003 330i ZHP. It was a BMW.
BMW, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that, but I didn't know the model number.
The only reason I was going to buy it today was because it was a ZHP package, which is pretty rare. There's a demand for them, and the dude had it posted for $4,000. And in the pictures it looked clean, so I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll go buy it and try and flip it and fix whatever issues it has. So I texted the dude, and in the ad, it was kind of ridiculous. It was written like a boomer. The ad explained how...
So how does a boomer write?
Yeah,
how does a boomer write?
Explain the boomer.
I can read the ad just because it's just entertaining.
Do we want to dox this guy?
I mean, the dude's name... The dude...
No, we're good. There's a lot of people listening to this, so...
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it'll definitely... It'll be a...
The Macomb area. And they were concerned about meeting with you.
Actually, I was concerned about where I was meeting him because it was just north of Pontiac. So, okay. So here's the ad.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean?
Pontiac's not a very...
It's probably somewhere that Jimmy
It's an area I've never been
to.
It's an area... Well, he texted me. He's like, here's the location where we can meet. It's a pretty safe... Like, it's safe. Like, he specified...
I thought he said it's safe, yeah.
Yeah.
When somebody says it's safe, it's like... just say it's public. Don't say it's safe. It sounds weird.
Yeah. But... So here's this ad. So it's titled 2003 BMW 330i ZHP 6-speed stick shift runs excellent. Hello, I'm selling my super nice, very sought after BMW 330i ZHP. This car runs and drives excellent. Has no known mechanical issues at all. Only 125k miles. Very clean inside and out. Super nice inside and out. All power options. Power sunroof, great heat and AC. Drives and handles phenomenal. Has been in the family since brand new, which was just over $40,000. We originally bought this car in New York, drove it back and forth from there here many times, so these miles are actually lots from highway as well as adult owned and drove non-smokers. Has great 6-speed stick shift, clutches great, and a super great running straight 6 3-liter engine. Does not burn any oil, has no leaks, has been meticulously taken care of. All oil changes done every 2,500 miles with mobile synthetic oil, and all repairs performed on time. Newer brakes and tires. This car starts right up and will go anywhere you like. You could drive it to Florida right now. The only reason
Why Florida?
The only reason this is for sale is that I'm an older gentleman and I have a bad knee, so it's hard for me to drive a standard anymore. My loss, your gain. The new owner is getting a super, super great deal. These cars are going for over $10,000+ range. I'm selling way below value for the new owners. Super, super great deal. $3,995 firm. No trades, cash only. No emails, call or text anytime. Clear green Michigan title in hand. Please, only serious buyers only. Thanks very much. That was an entire run-on sentence.
There's no
I was
punctuation?
just not stopping because there was no punctuation.
No punctuation.
No, it was just in one run-on.
Yeah. I like I feel like a lot of old people that put my loss your gain in the ads.
Yeah. So, anyways, I texted dude last night, and he answers. I knew he was getting probably like just a ton of calls, and like, it was probably the dude I was texting, because when he texted back, he's like, it's available, and I was like, I can get you the cash, like as soon as, like, when can I see it? And he's like, when are you available? And I was like, I can do tomorrow. This was on Friday night, so I like scrounged some cash from my roommates just because I didn't have any. I couldn't go to the bank, and then in the morning I just meet this dude at 11 o'clock. Drove all the way up there, and when I get there, as soon as I pull up, the pictures from the car what I'd seen, and they look pretty clean. You know, it didn't look like there was any rust. That wasn't even a thought in my mind. I was like, it'll be a clean car, you know. And I pull up and I just look over and I see just a little bubble rust on the front fender. I was like, okay.
Did your heart sink in that moment?
Not really, because I was like, I'm just in it for the money. I'm just looking to flip this car. But
you're like, fuck.
Yeah, so I get out and then I walk up. The dude gets out and I shake his hand. And he's like, hey, I'm Steve. That's really all he says. He's like, I'm Steve. And then I shook Dan's hand too. And then I start looking at the car.
Wait, Dan?
Yeah, my roommate. I went with my roommate, Dan.
Good man.
Yeah, he's a good man. I start looking at the car. He left the door open. And when I got there, the car was running too. So, because I met him in an O'Reilly's, and he just left it running. And the first thing I see is there was a low coolant light on the dash. I was like, okay, cool. And I get in. No odometer reading. Like, I don't even know how many miles the car has. I start pushing the computer button on the stock, which turned out to be broken. I mean, mine is too. So I was like, okay, that's a common issue. Interior was like, okay. It was like relatively clean. And then I get out and I start looking at the body of the car, and I just go to the driver like side rocker, and I just pull back the plastic piece, and there's just like a hole where the jacking point is. Like, all that body is just gone. And then I start looking around the rest of the car, and it's just like this rust thing. And then I pop the hood and I go to pull it, and I was like, it just wouldn't come up. So I went to my car to grab my gloves, and the dude like goes and like starts to fuck with the hood and opens it. And I was looking at it, it was fine. And I was asking the dude the questions this whole time. I was like, what's the maintenance? Like, how long? Do you know what's been done to it? Like, and I was explaining to him like the subframe issues those cars have, and he just kept saying like, this is my dad's car, like he did all the work to it, whatever. And then
you don't think you wrote the ad?
No. And then when I got done, I was just telling him like all the things he's gonna hear people ask, because those were all the issues I was looking for. I was like, you're gonna hear this again, because he's gonna show the car more than once. And he goes, I'm like, honestly, like, if it wasn't rusty, I'd be interested in it, but it's not something I want to deal with. And he just goes, okay, turns and then gets into his car and leaves. Not like, no, like, oh, like, I didn't even get to say thanks. I was just like, oh, okay.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
What a guy.
Yeah, he was just he probably wasn't happy that his dad made him go sell this car. He's just like, oh, fuck.
And he had some...
Get up on a Sunday.
And they had Patrick go there and school him on what the issues were, and he's like...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he took it to heart.
Yeah, he could have been offended by that,
Honestly, it's not my problem. If you're selling a rusty BMW, it's a good parts car, though. I would have bought it in part... Like, I'll give him $1,500 for it. Yeah. But I don't... Like, that's all that car's worth.
If anybody doesn't know, Patrick is in the business of buying BMWs. If you have a BMW that you have and you want to try to sell it to somebody and nobody will buy it, Patrick will at least take a look at it.
If you have a old, like, E36 or E46, I mean, anything. I don't care, 7 Series, 5 Series, anything from the 90s, 80s.
Better call Patrick.
Yeah. Give them to me, because I'll hoard them, and then I'll have to start finding different places to keep them.
Mm-hmm. You're going to need one of those storage units from Storage Wars.
Yeah, but it'll actually be worth money, because it's filled with, like, BMW.
Well, maybe not. Maybe we could have bought that BMW and been screwed out. But you know what to look for.
You already know.
Yeah. And Patrick was also a part of the Monster Mash.
I was.
You'll see him quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see his close-up of his mouth. That's how you judge... you can know somebody's lying to you about the Monster flavor rating if you see their mouth moving. You're like, you can judge them solely based on their, especially my brother Magnus, who was in there too. His mouth was very telling. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know.
You can see my lazy camera work when I'm on the Zoom cam on Mog's face, when Graham was tasting. I don't know. I was focusing too much on the zoom and watching that you could just see this frame just stray away from Mog's face when he's talking, or it's just like top of his head is like cut off right here, and he's like talking to the camera.
Just very subtle tilts.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Quick shout out to these chairs, these noisy chairs you can probably hear right now, creaking.
Yeah, I thought about that before. I was like, I can do that.
I was trying not to move at all. I was just sitting as still as I can, because just like my chair would squeak out of nowhere and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody sit up straight, but I don't. It's not. It's not
good for working on your posture. I know Grant, you need to sit up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how to actually brace your back? Do you know how to?
Have you had
what, like shoulders back?
No, like what muscles
What do
to
you mean?
actually use. You need to do it. You need to get good.
For what? Sitting up?
Actually, like having good posture.
Oh.
Which
Your
I think you're just
back
roasting
muscles?
Grant right now with his
Yeah.
posture.
Yeah.
I love when with Grant, if you try to like roast him a little bit, he'll just be like, whoa.
Grant, you're here. You're participating in this.
It'll make you feel bad about roasting Grant because like he'll just be like confused.
Yeah,
And he'll be
you
like,
should feel bad.
like, am I wrong in this? I don't. Because you don't have anything. You don't have any way to disagree with us.
It's not
You
like
say,
I'm roasting him.
what-
Like I'm just trying to help you here, Grant. I'm not specifically roasting you. I'm sorry. I'm pointing out in a very harsh way, but
Grant, every time you're on the podcast,
quit being a bitch, Grant.
Tell me what I should do.
Okay, you need to you need to activate like if you were to take your shoulder blades and you were to pinch them together,
Right.
and then when you're pinching them together, push them down. Just feel those like muscles in the middle of your back. Like sit up like this. Don't sit against the back of the chair because you want your lower back to be rounded, and then it's like these muscles right here below your shoulder blades. So you should feel those kind of tighten up when you do it.
yeah.
And it feels,
people at home try this.
Yeah, definitely.
These are posture tips for Patrick.
It feels like you don't have to do it like once you kind of get used to how the muscle is. Like you don't have to push your shoulder blades down too much, but when you're standing, it'll kind of look like you're literally just puffing your chest out like a bro.
He's ready to go.
But yeah, in reality, you got good posture.
So that was proper Patrick's posture tips.
Yeah. Proper posture tips from Patrick.
Yeah, that could be a new segment.
Put
that in.
Which I need to work on. Oh yeah, shoes too. I need to get new shoes. Really bad. They're all worn out, and they legitimately make my feet hurt.
You should get new shoes then.
I know. I'm just lazy.
You heard it first, guys.
All right, so we actually do have a guest here. I invited this time. I think it's better off that we invite guests because if they just come on willy nilly, it's better we invite them. So Thomas, right?
Yeah, howdy there. Thomas Euler. I appreciate you inviting me this time around. Though you did have the sign on the door that said open door policy, I can just walk in. So I feel like that's more on you than on me. But it is nice to be welcomed
Accidents
this
happen.
time. Yeah, well, I suppose so.
Were you an accident?
Was I an accident? Yeah. You'd have to ask my father.
What's his name?
He's long since dead. His name was Melvin.
Melvin Euler?
Melvin Euler.
What did they call him, Mel?
No. Not
him,
a chance.
Call him Vin?
No.
This is Melvin.
No, he died. He died about 20 years ago.
So how can he ask your father then?
What do you mean by that?
If you were an accident.
Oh, that's why I told him there's no way to truly know. I assume I was. Everything in my life seems accidental.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you happen to just get in accidents whenever? Like, how often do you get in accidents?
I feel like more generally speaking, my life is an accident. But specifically on a case by case,
an accident?
I don't make a lot of accidents, but I think like my whole life as a whole, my choices are on purpose, but truly they're an accident.
Just real quick, can you catch people up on who you are, what
Sure.
you do for a living, and for fun?
Yeah, well, I work for ExxonMobil. rudely, we got to the bottom of the fact that I'm not the CEO. I just work at a factory.
Well, I think it's pretty rude that you lied to us in the beginning, but please keep going.
You know, different perspectives. And then we talked about, you know, how I, you know, on the weekdays, I do the oil on the weekends. On the weekdays, I work at a KFC in Texarkana. And I got my 5-gallon bucket of water. I refill the back tanks of the water so, you know, the toilets can flush. And I give out mints and colognes. I'm in the women's bathroom, and it is cologne.
So why do they allow? How are you allowed to be in the women's bathroom?
So we also talked about how I'm not on payroll. I don't technically work for KFC, but I just bring my bucket and.
So they allow this to happen.
Well, you know,
It's partially
willful ignorance, you know.
And he only does women's bathrooms. He doesn't do men's.
Wait,
Only
so
women's.
Is that implying that you also do this at other places as well?
It tends to be the KFC in Texarkana. On the streets I previously mentioned, for some reason I can't remember those streets at the moment. And I also like to look at women in that bathroom. We talked about that.
We did talk about he had floating GoPros in the toilet. So
I did keep floating GoPros in the toilets. Yeah, we kind of went through all that. I have, you know, new business ventures now, but
you were in a situation where you forgot to press the record button on the GoPro, or you hit the lens cap on.
Not once.
You're very
I always
diligent.
double check, even if they're on the toilet. I say, "Hey, can I get a quick peek?"
You are always in there refilling the water, so I guess it makes sense that.
Yeah, exactly.
So how many hours out of the how many days a week?
I work 40 hours at the KFC.
Oh.
Yeah, and I told you I make good tips there.
Well, it's not
Wait,
not
these
really work
women
if it's.
tip you?
Sure, I make about $400 a day. That's what I said.
What kind of women walk into this place?
You sure you're not robbing them?
What do they look like?
Well, I tend to back them into a corner and ask them to empty their wallet for me.
Did you mention the fact that they're on camera and it'll get posted if they don't pay?
I do. I don't think that really factors into it, but I do mention that.
Why haven't the police got involved yet? Because this doesn't sound like it's a very legal thing to do.
I have them sign documents, so it's okay. I got so many different filing cabinets with records on that. It's like a piece of paper with their signature and a picture of their vagina.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, a video screen capture.
So is this? Are you sure this is like an actual Kentucky Fried Chicken?
This is a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Is it like is it a
11
good
herbs and
one?
Spices. Sure, yeah. I don't eat there quite often, but they got good fried chicken. The customers seem to be happy.
Seem to be happy?
Yeah, they seem to be happy. I mean, well, listen, I can't read minds.
How?
I want to talk about my new business venture at some point too. Here, you know,
you could talk about that. What's your
Yeah,
business
I don't like-
venture?
Is
You know-
it equally gross?
no,
That's kind of offensive.
that is a little bit offensive.
I hope it's offensive.
Someone's got to do it. There's a job to be done. Someone's got to do it. Okay. No, recently I've gotten into the food truck business. I have a taco truck.
Taco truck.
What's that? What are you saying over there? I run a taco truck. We also do burritos, but mostly tacos.
Burritos?
And some tacos.
Is it a burrito but in the shape of a bow? Is that the...
No, it's a burrito.
That sounds good though. That's the new crunch wrap.
Burrito.
It's a burrito. Anyway,
Burrito.
yeah, I got a taco truck.
What's in these? What do you put in those burritos and tacos?
So we mostly do American food. So you know, good.
Grant, are you yawning
Excuse
right now?
me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's
I
kind of rude.
Story.
I apologize. That was rude of me.
All right, let me.
I mean, it's not the most exciting thing ever. I've heard of taco trucks before. I don't think it's the most original idea.
Well, we mostly do American food at the taco truck.
So what else do you serve?
Well, we serve tacos and burritos, but
Uh-huh.
only good American food inside of them, like burgers or corn on the cob.
So do you have tortillas on the outside of them?
No, they're like brioche buns.
I'm surprised you went for it's an American food, but you went for a brioche bun.
Well, yeah, it's a good bun. It's a good bun.
You don't,
Yeah.
you don't use.
I don't think you know what a burrito is.
So we're a taco truck. We mostly do burgers on like buns.
Are you just trying to
Wait,
label
you
it
do-
taco trucks? People are like, oh, I'm interested in Mexican food, and then you do the do the 1-2 trick on them, and then they have to get something.
I was under the impression that this is what a taco is.
Well, what's a taco is? It's meat in like flour or corn tortilla, like a big chip that's folded over.
And a tortilla?
Yeah.
A
Okay.
big chip that's folded over.
Oh, now I understand. Like a big tortilla chip that's folded over.
Yeah, but it's like if you took a big circular tortilla chip and folded it over and then put meat inside of that, that's
Sure.
a taco.
So it's pretty much like a taco. It's meat, and then you have like lettuce and onions,
Is that exotic for you?
and it's on a brioche bun.
Is Mexican food exotic for you? Do you find that to be very taboo?
Highly exotic, yeah.
Yeah,
Highly
okay.
exotic.
Do you put anything like spicy on these tacos? On these burgers?
On my taco. Excuse me.
I said burger.
All right. Well, that's a little rude.
I think you meant burrito.
Yeah, we do burritos too. That's like, so if you have like
Just call
a
them burritos.
if you have like a ham and cheese sandwich, but then you put that on like a long piece of bread. Some people call it a submarine. So we do
Yeah,
burritos and then we
what-
do the tacos.
That's what it is.
Oh man. So
It's a sub.
you're
You
white
make,
out
you
face.
make burgers and subs.
I don't. Well, we're a taco truck.
Are you like a hipster? Are you trying to?
You are a
is this
hipster.
part of the whole movement of like where you name like small, medium, and large different shit, just like Cold Stone, where you gotta order all
What's
weird?
what's a hipster? I ain't never heard of that.
I don't know, something that you look like.
Well, all right. If
So
that's a compliment,
I got
I'll
a
take
question
it.
first. Is there a
Sure.
bathroom in that truck?
Well, not in the truck. So what we generally do, we got one location in Texas. I take the truck, I park it up at that location every day, and then there's an indoor place for you to come and eat. There's a bathroom in there.
What's the
so we
point
just
of the
keep
taco truck then?
we keep the truck parked up next to the
It's a very convoluted way to just have a restaurant.
it's not a restaurant, it's a taco truck.
You're just moving.
It's mobile. We do tend to keep it in one place, and we have an interior.
I think that's just an eating area.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. But are you doing the same thing in this bathroom that you would do?
Well, like any good business owner, the business runs without me. Sometimes I'll go check in on the kitchen.
Yeah, are
there
you
in
even
the
working
taco
at-
truck?
You were even working at Exxon anymore? Are you done with that?
I still moonlight, at Exxon.
They're very not strict about you having a schedule there.
They're very nice.
You
for
seem
that,
very
yeah.
not important to them.
Well, they're hurting for employees at the moment.
What do you do
Uh,
at Exxon specifically?
I'm an oil man.
Oh,
Yeah. So
do you work on like the do you work on like the rigs or?
sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright.
All right. Bye, Grant.
he just got up and then waved and then. All right.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, I just do basic oiling. But that's a good question. Like, how am I juggling Kentucky Fried Chicken and my new eatery, my taco truck? Well, I'll typically do. So my taco truck isn't open all night, and a KFC. Some of them are 24/7. Some of them are open late. So what I'll do is I'll just go hang out in my bathroom, my restaurant. The reason, okay, let me be frank with you. The reason I started this taco truck is because KFC's not too happy with me.
I
They figured
would
out
guess
what was
that.
going on. It took them 4 or 5 months.
Oh,
Uh,
it took them that long to figure that out.
Is that a long time for that?
I think they knew it.
Typically,
They
Yeah.
just didn't know how to. I think you're just like a squatter. They just didn't know how to get rid of you.
Sure, yeah, I could see that. So that's why I started my own taco truck, so I could just always be good and have a bathroom to post up in.
So I feel like the food's got to be pretty shitty. If, like the only point of this is for you to, or I guess you want to attract people to go to the bathroom, in your area.
Wow, I still don't understand how rude you people can be. You call my food shitty? I mean, we serve tacos. Tacos are always good.
You don't. For one, you don't even know what a taco really is. So I have a feeling that it could be really good American food.
Well,
You ever-
I ain't the head chef.
You ever
I'm
heard
just
of
the owner.
sushi?
What's that?
Sushi? Do you know what sushi is?
I don't know what that is.
Do you know what? It's a Japanese food. you familiar with?
Sushi? Let me think. Oh, I think I have heard of sushi. That's when they take like a tortilla, like a flour tortilla, and they fill that with ground beef and a bunch of other stuff like that. They roll it up, like sour cream, guacamole.
Sounds like a burrito.
I don't know about that.
That's
I feel like you're once for the genre of food you want. You're once removed from that one. So you think American food can be tacos, and you think tacos or burritos can be sushi. Is that?
Are you trying to tell me that I should be selling sushi in my food truck? That'd be ridiculous. We're a taco truck. I can't be serving Japanese food. That would not fit.
What do you think of Japanese food?
I Last time I heard anything about Japan was back in the war, so I don't think I have a good perspective on that. I'll be quite frank with you.
I think you and our last guest, we get along pretty well.
Well, I don't know who your last guest was.
Well, okay. So what? How's business there?
Business is good. The Teco truck is in the negative. We're not making money there. Not sustainable.
You're in the red.
Are you just bleeding heavily?
We're bleeding heavily in that side.
Hemorrhaging money.
But we're doing great in the bathroom, and so it's really.
You're doing great in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, I'm the owner, so it's really leveling each other out. So technically, we're profitable. Oh, and Grant's back. Look at that. Technically, we're profitable, but I'm making my money in the bathroom and not in the restaurant.
Did you ever cut any deals for like girls' night? Like, come here and get one free taco.
Well, that's the issue. So that's
as
why
long
we're
as
not.
you use the bathroom.
That's why we're not making money because women eat for free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's your primary customer base?
Women.
Oh.
Yeah.
But these women come.
I'd be hard pressed to find a man there.
These women come in and they know there's a male in the bathroom.
Potentially, if they've been there before.
But why would they come back knowing there's a male?
Maybe that's their sort of
the
thing.
Women's. So essentially, all these women are into what? This is like a weird sex restaurant in some way, like a sex themed restaurant. Because if they keep coming back, like you don't walk into normally to a women's bathroom and see a male standing there.
Hold on. It's not a sex themed restaurant. It's a taco themed restaurant. All right.
We've established also that this is not a restaurant. It's an eating area with a food truck outside.
You're quite right, and I got a little confused there for a moment. But primarily what I do there is I let the head chef, do what he has to do, and I'll hang out in the bathroom with a 5-gallon bucket and I'll fill up the tank. I'll put my GoPros in the toilet and.
How many GoPros do you have?
About 45.
Okay.
All layered out throughout the bathroom.
So that's also another way you're losing a lot of money.
Well, that's a one-time purchase sort of thing.
You really, I do have to appreciate how passionate you are about it. At least.
Well, this is my life. This is, everyone's got to have something they care about.
I don't want to get too much into it, but I really wonder. Oh, you can just. How do you get taxed for this? Do you just put it on the taco truck?
Well, on paper, the taco truck is in the negative, but I'm getting a lot of tips.
You about to file for bankruptcy?
Potentially.
And you have a going out of business sale, and you get a lot of people.
Probably, but like personally though, I just bought a $1.2 million house. I'm doing quite well for myself. The business itself, I don't quite know. I bought that in cash.
Well, you did rob a lot of people.
That's semantical. I don't know.
Semantical?
Yeah, that's semantical. Hey, listen, I don't know a lot of $5 words, so that's rare coming from me.
Yeah. You don't have a lot of $5 bills either.
No, typically $100.
Oh, okay.
$100 bills is what when I get tipped. We don't give change.
Wow. this you coming on this time was still equally less inspiring as the last time.
Well,
how does it honestly?
Pretty rude.
I don't mean to be rude here, but you sound like a lowlife.
You don't mean to be rude?
You don't sound like someone I would want to keep in my close group of friends.
Have you ever thought about the fact that I might not want you in my close group? You don't even know what a goddamn taco is.
Personally, yeah, that doesn't bother me.
You eat those that sushi? I don't even know what that is.
A burrito. I ate a burrito.
Yeah, we sell those.
No, you sell submarines.
They're good. Submarines go in the ocean.
No, you sell submarine sandwiches. You sell a sandwich. You sell a long
Is that like a sandwich that they make in a submarine that's for the U.S. government?
Okay. Sure. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, just the visualization of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, well, thank you for coming on.
Are we done here?
If you have anything to talk about in terms of GoPros and toilets and...
Can I plug something?
Yeah, you can plug something.
I want to plug my Teco food truck. Come on by. Ladies, eat free. But you are legally obligated to stop in the bathroom, and I legally have to tell you that that's not the case, but you should stop in the bathroom. Also, I work at a KFC in Texarkana. You can see me at the bathroom there. And what else? I just got a Walkman. Pretty awesome to be able to listen to music on the go like that. I don't have an affiliation with them, but you should check out Walkman. They're good.
So where's this taco truck located? So I guess no. Where to go?
The Teco truck, also in Texarkana. It's going to be on the corner of 21st and Teco Avenue. So I thought that would be a good location. But it can move around, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Does
it even work?
Well, where would I put the bathroom, right? It runs. There's no air conditioning though, and you know Texas gets hot, so that's been a contentious issue with my employees. But.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Oiler Man, and thank you, Grant, Patrick.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Accidents do happen, and definitely today with having this guest on, that was an accident. All right. Bye-bye.